President of the Parliament. So some introduction we'll see about the President ma. The President of India can be called as what? Adi okay ma. Head of the state anocha leda. He is the head of the state. So why we call head of this state? So President of India can be called as head of the state. I always ask what ma. You have to question the statement. So enduku ani question statement danni question chesinappudu you will understand the what reason why we are calling him as a head of the state. So head of the state అని మొత్తం కంట్రీకి ఆయన హెడ్ అంటున్నాం ఎందుకు. సో ఇఫ్ యూ అబ్జర్వ్ హిస్ ఎలక్షన్ నాట్ ఓన్లీ పార్లమెంట్ మెంబర్స్ ఆర్ పార్టిసిపేటింగ్ బట్ ఆల్సో అసెంబ్లీ మెంబర్స్ ఆల్సో పార్టిసిపేటింగ్ ఇన్ ఎవ్రీ స్టేట్. ఎమ్మెల్యేస్ ఆల్సో ఓటర్స్ నా ఇన్ ప్రెసిడెంట్ ఎలక్షన్. See, the representatives of the people are electing the president means people are electing or not, but indirectly president elected indirectly, though he elects indirectly, the MLAs and MPs are the representatives of whom? The people only. If you take a constituency, from that constituency a majority of that constituency people elected a one person. Now that person is giving vote to president means somehow the representative of people only electing, though it is a indirect. So the representative of people only electing president. So from every state also electing and parliament also electing. So that is why he is what? Head of the state. And under article 53 of the constitution, President of India can be called as executive head. So under which article ma? Please underline 53 article. Under article 53 of the constitution, President of India is the head of the executive. Head of the state and head of the executive. So why head of the state? I already told you. Yes or no? The state representatives, all the states representatives and the parliament representatives are the members of electoral college who is electing president. That is why he is the head of the state. Now why he is the head of the executive? I already told you the link between parliament and president. That means here what? He is the head of the executive means all executive decisions taken on the name of the president. Maybe decisions that real head is the prime minister. Yes or no? Real head may be the prime minister. He is maybe nominal head. He may be real executive. But he must inform to whom? All the executive decisions has been taken on the name of whom? President. Though the decisions are taken by the prime minister really, but enforced on the name of president, not on the name of prime minister. You all remember with Her Majesty in British. Though Viceroy takes all the decisions, but on the name of British Crown he used to. So that is why British Crown is the maybe so yes highest, but on the name of her they will be taking the decisions. No, at that point of time. Here also, though Prime Minister is the real head, he takes every decision on the name of President. So that is why he is the head of the executive also. And also Council of Ministers are individually responsible to him. Individually. Why? I already told you. They continue during the pleasure of the president till they enjoy the majority. Till then president won't disturb. If they lost the majority in the Lok Sabha, so he can dissolve the house or ask for the floor test to prove their majority. If they don't have the majority, President of India can dissolve the house. That means he can remove the Council of Ministers. So independently responsible to the president, collectively responsible to the Lok Sabha or Parliament, you can say collectively responsible Parliament. So Council of Ministers independently responsible means he is having some executive head. Yes or no? Council of Ministers headed by Prime Minister. So their all decisions taking on the name of President. That means he is the head of the executive also. What kind of powers he is enjoying ma? So he have military powers. So what military powers President of India have? President of India can be called as Supreme Commander of Armed Forces. Supreme Commander of Armed Forces. So Supreme Commander of Armed Forces means he is the head for what? Naval Academy, Indian Military Academy and also Indian Air Force. He is the head of Naval Academy, Indian Military Academy IMA and Indian Air Force Academy. For all these things he is the Supreme Commander. The President can wear the army dress but not Prime Minister. This mistake was done by Prime Minister Modi. So he must be expelled from what? Prime Minister. He must have resigned. No, He have no authority to wear the what? Military dress. Constitution of India permitted. The President of India can wear what? Army dress. So naval cap, everything can be wear by whom? The President, but not Prime Minister. So he is the Supreme Commander. Who is the Supreme Commander of the armed forces? Our President of India. So why you are calling, I am always telling, question it, why you are calling him as Supreme Commander? Because not just because you are telling what he is the Supreme Commander. See, he is Supreme Commander because he can declare the war. Okay, maybe Council of Ministers are advising, but Council of Ministers cannot declare war. Prime Minister cannot declare the war. Who declares the war? The President of India. So maybe the advice is there back end, but who declares the war? President of India. So President of India can declare the war or peace. So that is the reason why President of India also visits other countries for the peace, like Prime Minister. Prime Minister is the chief spokesperson of foreign relations, but he goes to foreign why? To give peace and also some good neighborhood relations. The President of India also can visit. It can be utilized by which president ma? Beautifully, that lady Prime Minister we had, Pratibha Patil. So war or peace can be declared by whom? The President of India, President. So that is why you can call him as Supreme Commander of Armed Forces. According to his decision, the war can be initiated or peace can be. And also legislative functions. I already told you with the question, the President of India is a part of the Parliament but not a member. I told you. So legislative functions. So what is the legislative functions of the President? Without the assent of the President, no bill can become act. So is it the legislative function of the President or not? Without the assent of the President, can the bill become act? No, not possible. So that is the power of whom? Assent of President to the bills is the legislative function of whom? Assent to bills. Without his assent, a bill cannot become act. And also he promulgates according to Article 1, 2, 3 of the Constitution. He can promulgate ordinance. Ordinance making power also one of the legislative power of President or not? According to Article 123 of the Constitution. Whenever there is no, when Parliament is not in session, if any need of emergency law, without any Parliament requirement, directly a law is making by President of India. That much of power President of India has. So can't you say he is enjoying legislative powers? Because without the President, without the Parliament, without the procedure, without the introduction, without the discussion, without the in detail committee stage and all stage, no stages at all. Directly he is enforcing what? A ordinance. Through ordinance he is coming up with a law. But within the 6 months period, so that can be accepted by the what? Again the Parliament, both the houses. So okay, but here Article 123 giving him as power to come up with what? A law through ordinance, if any emergency law is required. So President is enjoying what? Legislative powers also, military powers because of war or peace he can declare. And also he is having veto powers according to Article 111 of the Constitution. So the veto powers can be enjoyed by President of India. So if one bill is presented to him, so I already told you there are ASP, some veto is no. What veto powers are there? Veto means he is enjoying some kind of powers with the bill presented to him. Okay? Yes. So after the veto powers you can say emergency powers. So emergency powers means he can declare national emergency, state emergency and also financial emergency. Under Article 352 of the Constitution, he can declare national emergency maybe on external grounds or internal grounds. Internal grounds can be called as armed rebellion. Within the country it is happening, no? So external grounds means war or aggression. State emergency article is what ma? Article 356. President rule or state emergency. Financial emergency is Article 360. Directly they will ask in prelims. That is why I am mentioning articles. Article 352 is related to external and internal emergency, national emergency. So national emergency is represented by which article ma? 352. State emergency by 356. Financial emergency by Article 360. 53 article, 74 subclass 1 article I told. So like that, and later whatever the article I am covering, so you have to revise.